What's going on, everyone? How are you doing today? I hope you're doing fantastic. And in today's video, I got something very exciting that I want to show y'all. I got right here my very first CGC comic, Ghost Rider #1. This is very exciting. I am so glad that I have something like this. I think it is so cool. Try and get it out of the sun. There we go. Yeah, so I love this. I think it's so cool. I just started collecting Ghost Rider comics, and I'm having a lot of fun collecting them. And of course, starting my collection, I wanted to get the #1. I know this isn't the true #1 to Ghost Rider. This is the #1 to this Ghost Rider. There is a Ghost Rider series that started before this one. I think it was only like 7 issues long, and it was what is he called now? Phantom Rider or something like that. He is like a guy who's dressed all in white, like a cowboy hat and everything, and he's on a white horse. And it was called Ghost Rider by Marvel. And yeah, and so that is the Ghost Rider #1, but this is the actual like Ghost Rider #1. Really cool. I love it. And so yeah, like I was saying, like starting my collection, I wanted to have the #1 Ghost Rider to have in my collection and really have it graded and everything, and just really cool to have like the iconic issue like this of Ghost Rider in my collection. That way now I have that out of the way and I can start working on some of the other ones as I get them. But I have the #1, I have it graded. Let's go ahead and get a closer look at this. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get a closer look at this because I know y'all are wanting to see. And yeah, this is only a 5. It's not a 9/8 or anything, or it's not an 8. It's not something that's super high grade. But the way I look at it is collect within your budget. Collect, add stuff to your hobby. Just have fun within your budget. Don't try to be like some of these other big ballers out there in the collecting community that, you know, they have all these high grade 9/8s and stuff like that. They're spending thousands of dollars. And if you can't afford that, don't feel bad getting what's in your budget. Don't feel bad getting something that you can have in your collection and you can look at it and you can still enjoy. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's what this is. It's something that I have, something that I wanted in my collection, and it's still a collector piece. It's still highly sought after and valuable, but it's not like $10,000 or it's not even $1,000, but it's still something that's really cool that I love. And I think that is a big point that I'm bringing up is collect what's in your budget. There are a lot of people that with the internet nowadays watching content creators, they feel like they need to compete. And I'm not gonna lie, I get that feeling too. There are people who go out there and they buy like vintage toys from like especially the Ninja Turtles from the 90s. There are some turtles that are highly sought after. They're very expensive. They're 100% complete or they're mint on card. And you don't need to compete with people who have a whole lot more money than you or collect for their job. I mean, there are some people that they're content creators that make content out of collecting toys and comics and stuff, but it's part of their job because they're getting paid on YouTube for it. They're using some of that stuff as tax write-offs because they're spending money for their job and they're making content out of it. So don't feel the need to compete with, you know, those people. Spend and purchase what you can afford. And as long as you're happy with it, that is all that matters. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. It doesn't matter what people online think. It doesn't matter what your family thinks, your friends think. As long as you are happy, that is the only thing that matters. And me having a 5.0 Ghost Rider, this makes me happy that I have something like this in my collection. I have a Ghost Rider #1 in my collection, and that makes me happy. And I'm sorry, I did not mean to go on like a little tangent there for a little bit. That honestly wasn't planned. That was just me talking, and then I just went off, just started rambling and talking about stuff. And while I did spend a pretty penny on this, this wasn't cheap. I actually ended up selling some stuff to get it. I sold off my Yu-Gi-Oh cards and my Digimon cards. If you've watched the channel from the very beginning, I did do some openings for Digimon, for the Digimon TCG, and I sold pretty much my entire collection off. I sold all those. I still kept a few cards. And I did sell pretty much all of my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, all of my modern Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. I still have a lot of vintage stuff that I'm keeping, but that's just because I actually have nostalgic feelings for those. I actually have like emotional attachments to the cards, especially to some of the monsters. I do have attachments to those, so I kept those. But all of my modern stuff I got rid of because I don't plan on playing the game. I would like to play the game, but I don't. And a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, especially the modern stuff, they fluctuate so much as far as what their value is. You could have a card that's worth like $50, and next you know it gets reprinted to oblivion, or Konami bans it, or the card is just no longer relevant in the meta, and so the card drops from like $50 all the way down to like $5 or less. And it fluctuates so much. And just to me, investing into Yu-Gi-Oh or a lot of these new TCGs, I don't feel like it's worth it. And that's why like I decided to sell them off and actually invest into something that I actually like a whole lot more, like comic books. And so yeah, of course I am very excited for the new Hasbro Ghost Rider like Danny Ketch that they have coming out, where he actually comes with his motorcycle. That is sick. I'm throwing up some pictures right now. That way you can take a look at it. It is awesome. I can't wait for it to come out. I think the pre-orders go up on April 30th. If I remember correctly, it was April 30th when the pre-orders go up. And so, yeah, I guess that's the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm Dude Retro, and I'll see you next time.